Hey, it's Aaron with the Mowing in the Dark Lawn Care Podcast.
Hey, this is Tony's Lawn Care Talk.
Hey guys, Cameron here with the Lawn Care Life in Missouri.
Hey guys, this is Dan White with Lawn Care Unscripted.
What up guys, it's Phil with Phil's Lawn Care.
And you're listening to the Turf Nerds.
There, now that I hit the record button on my camera, Greg, this might be one of the episodes where we just sit down and literally hit record.
Hello, this is Greg.
Yeah, I say we do. Let's do it. Let's just sit and talk. We've got there's some things we're going to talk about, but let's just have a conversation. We're going to be Joe Rogan-ish.
Yeah, Joe Rogan said, I think it was on one of his podcasts back in the day, because everyone's doing podcasts now, and we are too, as the lawn care guys. Lawn care podcasts aren't actually that, there's not that many, so we're part of the clique. But Rogan said, if you want to do a podcast, literally just sit down and hit record and have a conversation with someone for half an hour. Don't plan, just talk. So if Daniel White's listening, we're doing a Turf Nerds Lawn Care Unscripted, almost Christmas version, aren't we?
Hey guys, this is Dan White with Lawn Care Unscripted.
Yes, we can call Dan and have him come on the show. That's what we should do. You know what we should do sometime? Just give one of these guys a call and say, hey, come on the show.
We can almost do, man, if we had more time, I would do that now. I just got to hook my phone up there. Man, wouldn't that be fun?
That would be kind of funny. Give it a shot. So we've had some cold weather here.
Yeah, it's still been another roller coaster. I went out 2 days ago for a 2-hour snow shift, and then I think I have like 2 cleanups left, Greg. I think I'm down to, I did an extra one. I bumped them up. So my neighbors, they let me graciously store my trailer in their driveway, and they have a son. He's let's just say he's done very, very well. He's very, very, very successful. Has a great amount of money. And he said, hey, I need my mom's house. She had passed away last year. And he said, can you go do my mom's house? I'm like, yep, right away. Went over there and did that. It was a ranch style house, and the backyard, guys, I don't know if you ever deal with grass like this. I think Greg has maybe one lawn like that where it's so shade grass. It's like literally like tall shady grass, but mostly just dirt. And so when I went over there, it was just all dirt. So I mulched everything up and sucked it up, and the back looked pretty good. But then Mark said, who I did the work for, said, hey, if you want to do more work, take out all this brush and crap, be my guest. So get clients that pay right away. And he sent the check ASAP, the same day that I did the work. So it was good money, and I charged him a fair rate, but it definitely made it worth my time. As we're coming down to the end, think of all these like small cleanups or these end cleanups as bonus money.
Yeah, it'd be, I just picked up, I'd already done the cleanups, but I had to go back and touch up a couple of cleanups for some people, and I'm done. I got my cleanups all done. So I just had one client that she has so many leaves that drop. I just have to do it over time. And otherwise it'd just be too much stuff. And her lawn is not good, almost like it's very shaded. So if you drive on it too much, you're going to tear it all apart.
Oh, it's terrible.
Actually, you helped me over there. We did a mulch job over there one time, but to try and do the leaf cleanup there, it's really hard. So what I do is just over time, I'll go in and clean it up, then go back a week later, clean up some more. It just takes a long time to be able to do it, but finally got her done.
If anyone's watching right now, I have a Santa hat on, and Greg's been prepping for Christmas. You know what I forgot to do, Greg? But we'll save it for next episode. Just keep this rolling. Ezra McCarthy with Green Frog Web Design has a new ad that he wants us to read, or some new verbiage, and I listened to it, but then I just got so busy and sidetracked, I forgot what the ad said. But if you need a website, guys, for this upcoming 2025 lawn care season, just tell Ezra that the United States Turf Nerds sent you, and I think the first month is still $1 unless he changed it, but I don't think he did. Yeah. We have a website. I'm highly considering getting one for E&D Lawn Care, and that way, now that I'll change up my clientele, I'll get smaller this year. I can target other services, because I have the Magnamatic blade sharpener. I think it's the Mag 8200, and I'm hoping to get into blade sharpening more, and we're going to up our aeration game. And aren't you considering getting a website too, Greg? I mean, you're tossed around it for maybe the dump business, but maybe for Durban Lawn Care?
The dump business I was looking at, and just had injury to my wrist and an injury to my shoulder, my back.
Oh, wow.
And I just decided I can't do it yet this year. I've just got to let my body heal a little bit, and then maybe consider starting it next year with the dump side of things. Also considering doing that Christmas lights when we had those guys on from Thunder Lightning, and if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, we had those guys on, talked a little bit about Thunder Lightning, not lightning.
They're Thunder Lightning guys.
And what they could do, but they said you could pretty much do in 6 weeks what you did in a year for your lawn business. You could do that in lighting if you hammer it out really well. So I'm considering doing that. I've put up lighting around my house all the time, and so I've got a little bit of experience doing that. Not sure to the professional level those guys are doing, but hey, there's an opportunity, and kind of that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today, is just kind of recapping the year here and some of the guests we've had on, and some of the neat things we've been able to do this year. So, but the lighting show, it's good. That's actually what I was considering doing with Ezra, is having a conversation with him and seeing whether or not that would be a good thing, because the lighting doesn't really start until
It's like a niche time, right?
Yeah. He said it was August is when it really starts setting up. But if I guess I would assume that you have it going year round. You have your show set, or your website set up for the year round, and maybe people are starting to look at it early. Probably don't start looking at it until August, but it's beneficial to have it up.
Yeah, because I was thinking if I had Ezra make me just a Christmas lighting website, because I know people are searching for them. I've seen a lot of signs, guys. So another way to advertise, though, too, is just putting signs at intersections. Like I saw one that guy was doing a hot tub removal. Greg, we were talking about that with Sawzalls, and I've seen a lot of Christmas light signs at intersections. Some guy actually stapled a sign to a telephone pole like 25 feet up, so when you were stopping, it was actually out there in Commerce. I think it's on Cooley Lake Road and Union Lake, anyways, I saw this light sign way up there. I'm like, that's a good idea for even lawn care, though, too. Put signs in obscure spots, or say like, I poke holes in your lawn, for like aerations or something like that. But the keywords is though, I'm for the website. I mean, we're not even, this is as real as it gets. I never realized how beneficial a website is when someone goes on Google and searches like best lawn care or aeration, and your website hits that top of the search engine. That's where you can really rake in business, because everything's getting pushed more and more online. Obviously, I don't think flyers are going anywhere, but I'm really going to reinvest in. It would be nice to have a E&D lawn care site, because Greg, I got to say, those Turf Nerd guys, I mean, their Turf Nerd's website's pretty awesome, isn't it? And it's I don't know about you or people that go to it. It's actually pretty cool.
Ezra did a nice job for us. It was put together well, and he really tries to find out about you through conversations and sees what he can do for you. And I just actually, while we were talking here, I just jumped online to look at some outdoor lighting companies and see what they had done. And these guys, they have their website up. There's a couple of them that I just pulled up that they have nice websites. And they do. It looks like they do other lighting as well, which is what those Thunder Lighting guys had talked to us about too, and increased home security, outdoor light as well. So that might be something to take a look at. Start putting something together next year. I wish I could have done the junk thing, but just back and wrists weren't going to be able to do it this year for me.
Greg's falling apart, guys. If you want to send him a get well or a Christmas card, or a haha, you couldn't get your Christmas or junk insert business off the ground for this winter, you can just send his address. It's I'm just kidding. I'm not going to give people. You could, if anyone wants Greg's address, who's a good loyal listener, I'll give it to you. But it's good just to kind of sit down and just go a little bit off the script today. Woke up. Trained arms in my garage gym. It was 15 degrees. I've actually been door dashing hardcore, Greg, and I got the guys who I plow snow with, Derek and Ryan, into it, and Ryan's hitting it hard. If he delivers 290 deliveries within 60 days, he gets a $600 bonus, and I get a $900 bonus. And DoorDash has been really good lately. Obviously, snow removal's like been the best thing, but I've been getting a lot of Total Wine orders, Greg. I never realized. I mean, I guess I didn't really think about it. A lot of people buy a lot of booze and a lot of liquor around the holidays, and most of my orders the other day was just going to Total Wine. I mean, I had a $75 order for like 15 miles, but it was well worth the trip. It was out kind of in South Lyon there. But guys, I mean, I know Aaron Sutter's trying to DoorDash right now. This is not a side hustle episode, but I've been really pleased with DoorDash. And if you want the kind of the secret sauce and the inside scoop on how to do it the right way, just email us though too. But been having a little bit of fun with that, Greg, as we're kind of sitting waiting for the snow to melt. We might get a little bit of a sleet salt event tomorrow, won't we? It looked like it.
Yeah, I think they're expecting some stuff. I wanted to try and get my griddle cleaned off for Christmas. Christmas Day, we were going to use our griddle a little bit, so I got to make sure that's all ready to go because I haven't used it in a while. But I was looking at the snow and what we have coming up because I was going to do it tomorrow because it's so cold today. And the past couple of days, it's been really cold. We've been pushing 5-8 degrees out, 5 to 8 degrees. So that's kind of chilly to be standing out there and doing all that stuff. So, we're just trying to figure out what's going to be the best thing to do. I've kicked around doing some DoorDash stuff and think I might do that. But the problem is I have to travel because there's nothing really close around me. So that's a little disappointing. But if there's some opportunities, I might, like we said, $500 a week adds up. So if there's that opportunity. But I didn't realize that they were doing that to the extra $600 to $900. I don't know what they would offer me if I did what is it, 290 deliveries in 90 days?
Yeah, it was a referral. It was 290 deliveries in 60 days. If you do the math, I think that's about, if you do this, just the basic math, this 290 divided by 60, what is that quickly? Because it's easy money, really.
290 divided by 60, that'd be like an extra $2 a delivery.
4.8 deliveries a day. So if you literally just went out and did 5 deliveries, you could get, doing 5 deliveries in a day will take you 2 hours at most, probably around 90 minutes if the shifts are good. Mm-hmm. But I just mentally, not to get all like mental health talk, but I feel so much better getting out of the house though too. And dashing, and now that I got my buddies who are doing it, it's funny. My buddies are dashing in their trucks, Greg. So they have like a salter, and then he had a plow on it. So he's
that's funny.
I have actually delivered food to my client's house, and those I just run up so fast, put it on there, and then bolt out of there. But I did get a contract violation. Like, talk about scummy people. We deal with scummy clients. People are trying to get free food all the time. So it was a handed to me order. It was a Panera Bread. I was taking it to Northville, really nice area, and I got the address right, and I had handed to her, so I walked up to the door. I'm like 99% sure I was at the right house, and I opened the door, and she gave a puzzled look as I gave her the food, but she still took it, so I didn't think anything of it. And then DoorDash tries calling me over an hour later saying that I had a contract violation because the person apparently didn't get the food. It wasn't that big of a deal. I called DoorDash, and they are taking care of that violation for me because I have almost 1,600 deliveries and a 4.9 stars. So, people like me because I'm personal, though, too. But that kind of bugged me. But people, even in the food delivery industry, Greg, they still, like, clients try to rip you off there too, or not pay, right? With lawn care, there's delinquent people everywhere.
I heard, I don't know which one it was, but somewhere along the line, one of the places where people were delivering, they were able to take back their fee or their tip.
I think that was Uber Eats. I heard about that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So they say, okay, I'm going to give you a $20 tip. You get the delivery. You go, and all of a sudden they pull the tip back out, which I don't know how they can do that. So that's not particularly pleasing. But
well, I'm glad you said tips, though, Greg. Think about tips. We've gotten some tips back from our holiday cards, haven't we? It's been a good return on investment, at least for me.
It was nice.
Tell them.
I got one client sent me a nice card, and actually it's a really nice card they sent, and but they gave me $100 check, just extra, and then I had a few of them send me some of their Christmas cards from the family as well. So that was kind of nice, just that they were thinking of me. So, well, that was it was kind of a nice thing to see. So hopefully they appreciate us.
Yeah, this is the first year that I did it, and I broke even on it, but I've made a tad more, so I've made some money back. Some people have sent $30 checks. I got like $75 checks, cash too. That was in person. But I'm thinking for next year, rather than the Christmas card, do like a Thanksgiving card to kind of catch everyone off guard. Because here's the problem: everyone's getting Christmas cards right now, and it's just a Christmas card from so and so. But you catch them around Thanksgiving or shortly after, saying, "Hey, I'm really thankful that you're my client. Thanks for supporting a small business like Durbin Lawn Care or E&D Lawn Care." And I think they might be more prone to send, well, I'm not just trying to send them for money, but let's be honest, we're trying to get some extra cash right now as the mowing season is done. Although I think Greg, I think the grass is still growing for some parts of the Metro Detroit, but maybe next year, if I did it like around Thanksgiving, could have a higher ROI. I mean, what do you think?
That might be interesting, a different way to look at it. But like you said, there's still some lawns. Like you have, I don't think you have as much snow as I do. We've still got snow on the ground. I don't know if you still have some, but we've still got snow on the ground here.
So we had so the last event, like the weather guys have been completely wrong. So all the guys out there plowing and listening, I finally realized it. I like what you said this back in the day, Greg. You would love to go into meteorology because you can get paid and still be wrong, right? That was kind of like the one line that you always said, but they're not right until 72 hours or less about things, almost until like the day of. This other storm was the snow was supposed to come in 1 to 3 inches, 4 inches in spots, between Friday at midnight and then Friday 6 a.m. Nothing fell until like 7 a.m. and it was a half inch. And then we went out for basically 2 hours. Shout out to my Echo salt spreader. That thing has been really, really nice. The only knock on it, I should contact Echo, but some guys don't like those walk-behind salt spreaders. Well, the problem is they don't take care of them, right? You
got to rinse them out after you're done. Otherwise, they're just going to rust out on you.
You don't take care of it, but I power wash them off every single outing that we go out, and it's held up fine. You've seen it, Greg, but the problem is, though, I guess the guards on the side that control the throw of the salt, they got these like 2 screws on there. They don't even screw, and so they fall down. So I have to do a modification or rip Echo for that. Oh, also in other news, it looks like that Redmax will be sending me a warranty EBZ 9000. Mine took a dump. Shout out to Jack Easterly. We interviewed him. Greg, that was a great episode. They're going to send me a brand new EBZ 9000.
Wow, good for you. That's pretty nice. What do you have to do? Send the other one back then, or what?
I don't know. I gave it to Weingarts, and I told them after they updated the firmware on it. I still think it's a great blower, guys, but after they updated the firmware on it, and I was running it on wide open throttle. They call it WOT, wide open throttle, in the cold weather. Most of the power was good, and all of a sudden it would go. It started to do some funny things. It was inconsistent. Gave it to him. I messaged my service rep the other day, Pat, and in the memo it basically said waiting on manufacturer to send replacements. So at least shout out to Husqvarna/Redmax for standing by their products. I still think it's an awesome blower. I think with that auto-tune carb technology, it's still not quite dialed in for the blower aspect. I know it's used in chainsaws, but I'm very pleased. So I was using this past week, Greg, the trusty Echo 9010T. That blower hasn't failed yet. So yeah.
Yeah, I was able to get my 9010 out because I'm able to carry some stuff around now. So I was able to get that out on my last cleanup. So that worked out pretty well. I was real pleased with that. It's a lot heavier than the other one that I've been using. So, but it's worked out well, and I've been it was able to help me get the job done faster that I was working on. So that was nice to have. I like that. I do like the 9010T, but I do notice that my lower right back gets sore from carrying that thing around all day. I don't know if you've seen that.
Well, I'm not old, Greg, but as I'm getting older, I notice walking around all day with that 9010T. Yeah, it's kind of that same area and my back too. I'm like, man, I've had this on my back for 7 hours straight, and I'm already starting to feel it because I was doing some weird, funky, like limbo moves on the job that I did for my neighbor. The neighbor's son, his mom's house, and I was like ducking underneath like overgrown bushes and trees to get the leaves out, and I'm like, I'm getting I'm getting too old for this. Maybe it's just me being a baby, but yeah, it's like after a while, I almost want to get that blower attachment for the multi-force, but I don't have that much. I think that thing's $5,000. It's like, yep, nope, I'm not anytime soon going to get that, but I would still argue, as we said this in episode past, that the EBZ 9000 might be a little bit lighter than the 9010T.
I think the blower itself was lighter, but because it held more gas, which adds more weight. So if you know the gallon weighs about 8 pounds, so that thing holds close to a gallon. I think that held 93 ounces that I recall, which is probably about 6 pounds. So they'll add an extra 6 pounds to your blower while you're using it. How is the fuel on that? Does that go through fuel any faster than your 9010? Did you notice?
I thought it actually had better fuel savings because remember what Jack talked about. There's a 40% fuel savings on it.
Yeah,
I think it was compared to the 9010T. I could be wrong, but point being said, I feel like I run out of fuel faster on my 9010T than I would the EBZ 9000. I could be wrong, but I mean, get one, guys, and try it out. I know Tony Rudolph has one. I know Aaron Sutter has one. I know Cameron Duncan has one. Not sure about the other podcast bros, but it's been a solid blower. It'd be nice to get a brand spanking new one. I wish they let me keep the old one so I could tinker on it. Oh, speaking of tinkering on things, Greg, so we sold my wife's Fusion, and then we bought my sister-in-law's van. They have a 2014 blue Chrysler Town & Country. I changed out the thermostat, the serpentine belt, and a coolant temperature sensor. Let's just say that was fun. I'm never going to change a serpentine belt ever again. But I did it. That's what I've been kind of doing in this random lull of the action as we're leading up to Christmas. But I heard you guys, though, Greg, are doing a lot of Christmas Day prep work because we're coming over.
We've got a lot of things that we're planning and just got to get everything done. Fortunately, Miles just came home yesterday, so he walked in the house, surprised us that we weren't even sure if he was going to be coming home, but he came walking in. Yeah. And but that was kind of nice. So, but the other thing is we got an extra body now to do some things as well. So, but yeah, we're doing a lot of planning for the holiday, but looking forward to that. And we've had a busy year talking about just this. Just the holiday, but think about the things that we've talked about this year. We've had a lot of things. I mean, I was going back and looking at some of the things we've had. We had the Yakta folks on at the beginning of the season when we talked about them. They were interested in coming on our show, and then we had Dr. Barry on, cardiologist. We had her on talking about some things. That was back in.
That was a good episode, guys. Go back and listen to that. Let's see. It's called the Heart Health Warning. What was that? That was episode.
Heart Health Warning. That was episode number 53. I just happened to have it up.
Yes.
And that was on February 2nd.
Yeah, we were podcasting through the winter last year.
Yes, we were. We also had Steve on.
Kolengowski.
Steve Kolengowski talking about grass seed. And I'm looking for that episode, but that that could have been closer to the fall. I'm not sure. And but we had Steve on. We had your lawyer friend on, and that was
Joe. Yeah, I was supposed to do a. So I guess Joe's my quasi lawn care lawyer, Greg, and the retainer fee was I was supposed to do a cleanup for him, but they never got to it. Oops.
But we had him on. That was episode 60. That was a good episode for you guys to get on and take a look at that or take a listen to that because he had some things that we were able to look back on and see what's important for us to know as we're doing our job. Talking about what insurance we should carry, and that's the other thing we were going to talk about having my insurance guy on. We should work on that
Steve,
too because.
Right?
Because we wanted to
he's
talk.
He's my insurance guy too, man. If you guys are looking for a solid insurance guy, problem is I think Steve only works Michigan, right?
I believe so. I don't think he's authorized to do other states, but he gave us he's given us both good rates.
He gave me a great rate. We met him on our lawn care Facebook group. So Greg is awesome on groups, guys. He's savage.
Yeah, but no, Steve helped out. He helped out quite a bit. We had the guys. We talked about mower blades and how to properly sharpen your mower.
Garrett Bauer,
and he came on the show, talked with us a little bit about that. I'm just kind of going down some of the line here, some things that you guys might be interested in. We did look at that EBZ90. We talked about that before it launched. We had a couple of expo shows, and
that was fun.
We did those pre-expo. Hey, speaking of expo, what do we have?
Hey, Greg. Yeah, we got the Turf Nerds promo code for the Equip Expo 2025. I almost said 4. I don't say 4. It's like that one time. I do remember this part of our show when I called Hannah 10 months pregnant. But anyways, if you use promo code Turf Nerds for the Equip Expo 2025, you can save 50%. I think that runs through, I got to check. We'll get the dates. I was talking to Evan Cox the other day. He goes, yeah, he said he'd carried our code over, and I forgot that he said that. So you use that, save a little dough. I know Tony has one, though, too, so we're not just trying to shill for ourselves, guys. But use Tony's code. I think it's Tony or Turf Nerds, whatever you want to use. But, man, now I'm getting excited. Let's just change the show to talk about Equip Expo 2025 now. No. Anyways, as you were, Greg.
Well, wait a minute. Is it just Turf Nerds, or do you have to say Turf Nerds 2025?
No, it's just Turf Nerds, all one word, Turf Nerds. And we'll put a direct link.
It is one word? I thought it was 2 words. Okay, just one word.
One word. I'll put the direct link in to the show description starting next show, like New Year, new show. But yeah, if guys listen, we also have free stickers. I mean, we sent out a couple. Still need to send one out to Ezra. They had a thing with the Postal Service in Canada where you couldn't send out, like they went on a strike, so you couldn't send. So I got to send it through UPS, but I don't want to because UPS is pricey. But this is what the Turf Nerds sticker looks like, guys. If you want one, it's free with a capital FREE. Free. I'm trying to get rid of these. I purchased 50 of them. I think we've sent out like 5. So if anyone, wants a sticker, get one. Greg got some Turf Nerds hats, but he bought those for himself.
Yeah, I just ordered those. Shh, those are Christmas gifts. Don't say it too loud. Hopefully the family won't listen to that. So it's kind of like getting when you work for a company and they give you an alarm clock for a Christmas gift, but it's got their company logo on it. So I'm just giving them the Turf Nerds hats with our logo on them. There you go. There's the drink. If anybody's watching the show, Evan's got his water bottle with the Turf Nerds logo on it.
That's my brother-in-law who did it. So Turf Nerds water bottle, but on the back, look, it's also E&D Lawn Care, which is pretty cool, and it's a Yeti too. I mean, you do custom Yetis and put whatever you want on them. I mean, we also have a shop for shirts. We're going to get any money. That's in every show description. I know I sent some shirts to my buddy Ryan up there on the UP. I don't know if anyone else has bought them. That's also an option too.
Yeah. You said your brother-in-law gave you that gift?
Yeah, so Hannah's brother, Charlie, we do a Secret Santa with her family. He got me that, and I thought that was actually pretty cool. It's a really it's a stainless steel, vacuum sealed thermos, but it's etched in there. It's pretty strong, but I'm going to try to baby this one because all my Yetis or Hydro Flasks just get destroyed, but this one might be more of a personal at-home drinker, so I don't just destroy it.
Yes, it'll be your keep-at-home one. So years ago, when I was a kid, somebody gave me a really nice winter hat. It was a Michigan State hat, and I never wore it. It was too nice to wear, I thought, so I never wore it. And I found it. I had some of my old kid stuff, and I tried to put it on. It was a kid-size hat, so it doesn't fit. So it's not too good. I was actually thinking of throwing that on eBay or something just to see if anybody else wanted it. But I'm just looking at some of the other shows that we've done here. We talked a little bit about Trump's escape from death.
We did
from the assassination attempt
in Butler, Pennsylvania.
And but what was the best thing when he went back to Butler? Do you remember how he opened his next Butler appearance?
He continued where he left off, right?
Yeah, as I was saying.
That's pretty trolling and pretty good, and like literally in the face of death.
Yeah. So that was a great piece to hear. We talk about the expo a little bit. We had great help from our cousin Kenny.
Oh yeah, Kenny came about time. Let's give him that shout.
Yeah, Kenny Robinson came out. Kenny's a professional photographer. He came up, wanted to spend some time with us at the expo. A tremendous help to us and helping us getting everything set up. Got his media pass, and he was able to do a lot for us on that week. So it allowed us to be able to do quite a bit of our shows without having to worry about all the camera setups, and helped out with the sound and such. So Kenny, you did a great job. We really appreciate that. And but talk about some of the things we were able to do on the show. We had Bobcat on. We had Ron.
He was a nice guy, Ron
Scheffler, yeah, a great guy. We had him on. You mentioned that we had Jack on from Toro.
Jack Easterly. Then we had Jared. Yeah. Was it Newson? How do you say it? Neeson?
Yeah. And let me see, who else did we have? Juan Perez. Yes, we did Juan. And then follow up from that show, we had, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, the Thunder Lighting guys, Grant Fields from Thunder Lighting. I want to always keep saying lightning.
Yeah, Thunder Lightning. Yeah. We had Cameron Duncan on the show too, guys. We did a live show in the Equip Expo press room. Uncle Greg was on Daniel White's podcast, Lawn Care Unscripted. Shout out to Daniel. He's basically podcast dead. I think Phil is podcast dead too, but Phil Shurkin, has been really, he's busy scheduling his YouTube video, so Phil's doing stuff, and that's the one luxury to social media. Phil is an adept master at that. I would like to get him on to do a 25-minute powwow with that, but Phil has set himself up where he doesn't have to do much work through the winter because he's already scheduled videos out. Like he had to make, I think if you do like the winter math, Greg, he had to crank out, I think it was like 15 to 20 videos just set for the winter. So Phil's a good guy, and he knows the lawn care business inside and out too.
So we've had show was great. We really enjoyed doing that. It was nice trip down. Got to spend time with you and Hannah, and Shell was down there as well. So we had a real nice time with the show there, and we've had a really busy year this year. We've had a good year.
It's been fantastic, and the show has grown. I mean, okay, we're a small fish in a big pond of podcasters, but we just, the Lord wills, we'll go into this town and that town, and that also entails. I mean, I would like to get the show even bigger. Get it to maybe where it can podcast a quarter of the time, or part time. We'll see where it goes with that. But we just hope that our authenticity shines through. Because even if we get stupid huge, we're to still be legit and out in the field guy. We're never going to get so big where we podcast full time and then just wax poetically on lawn care. Sure that other shows do that. The content is good, but I just think being more legit, Greg, right, and more genuine, still being out there in the field, at least working, like, even if I'm just mowing 20 hours a week, it's still that hands-on experience. And I always thought the best type of work was hard physical labor. Okay, obviously guys have, there's white-collar jobs here, and those guys bust their butts off though too. But it's just been a big blessing, and I basically talk to Greg every day, and once a week. I'm surprised he hasn't wanted to basically just run me over with the mower yet. So thanks for being patient with me, Greg.
No, I just mute you.
You can mute me anytime. If
I need to mute you, I mute you. Right? No, no, it's been a great year, and we even got our first partnership with Ezra. Again, over at Green Frog Web Design, Ezra reached out to us and said, hey, let's talk a little bit. And so we had a chance to partner with him a little bit. And we've understand he's maybe picked up a couple of clients for it. But if you guys are interested, I think Ezra can really help your business grow, get you up at the top of the Google searches, hopefully, and bring in some new business. And the important part was one of the things that he said was you can grow your business might be good, but we can try and get you better business now. and start to bring in some better clients potentially. If you have that client that you picked up for $25 just because you needed it, well, maybe you can have an opportunity to be able to find another client for $50 and be able to drop that $25 client. So he said now, and the thing is he said if they're on your website, you've already got a better chance of picking the client up.
Big time.
But you also know that, but you also know that they're going to be a little more inclined for your pricing because they're reaching out to you. You didn't have to reach out to them. So that's important. I think Ezra is going to be able to help folks find a way for you to be able to grow your business that way as well. But it was neat that we had the opportunity to partner with Ezra. And all these things that we've done this year, it's been really really a neat opportunity for us to be able to grow, and hopefully some of the interviews that we've been doing, you guys have been enjoying. We've still got some ideas. I have someone I reached out to recently about doing a show. I just saw something recently talking about AirPods and how it's they're not good for you. And I know a lot of guys out there are using AirPods.
I know they mow with them too.
Yeah, and
I used to.
On top of it, they stick the AirPods on and then they put their headsets on. But they were talking about a number of factors that are associated with those AirPods and how they might not be good for you. I guess I gotta be careful how I say that, but I don't know if I want the Apple folks coming after me. But there's some questions about that right now. No, but anyway, so we want to try and get somebody on to talk a little bit more about that if we can as well, and then potentials for some other people as well as the season goes on. If you guys have any ideas that you'd like us to reach out between Evan and I, we've had some pretty good contacts. So I think if you have some guys out there that you want to, if you have some interest in something you'd like to hear on the show, let us know, and we'll see if we can accommodate.
That's a perfect way to kind of land it, guys. I'll do a quick prayer, guys. This is kind of a verse to kind of transition us out here. It's Luke 2:10 through 11. Behold, I bring you good news of great joy. There will be for all people, for unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior who is Christ the Lord. I'm reading off of this gospel tract card, guys, and it's so dark in my office that that's why I kind of had a hard time reading it. But dear Heavenly Father, just thank you for everyone who listens to the show. Bless them this Christmas. Keep them safe, Lord. I pray that no one would do anything stupid. Let's just get focused for 2025, Father. I pray that you would send small snowstorms where guys can make a whole bunch of money salting and not plowing to death. And I pray that we could just stay busy on just side hustles, and as the cliche saying is, Lord, I pray that we will just remember the reason for the season, but then also enjoy some good gifts and food. I just thank you for my co-host Greg, who has held me down, and without Greg, I don't think anyone would listen. At least Greg brings a good, way better perspective because he's lived life and he knows who his Savior is. Lord, thank you, and we just look forward to 2025. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Have a Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.